Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to my craft studio. I'm Nancy Thompson, an Independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and today is July 30th, 2025, and I welcome you. It's time to get inspired to create some beautiful projects and share those projects with others. So if you're new to my channel, come on in and say hello and subscribe to my newsletter. That's where you're going to get all the details of PDFs of projects that I share here with lives on Wednesday and Friday. So as you're joining in, say hello so I can welcome you, and let's get started. Today's another hot day here in the East Coast, here in Central New York. Cooler weather is coming and I'm so looking forward to that. I'm so ready for some cooler weather. Hi, Shirley. I bet you are too. It has been like hot. I've just been at the grocery store for the last couple of hours and I'm like dying here. I'm like overheated because it was so hot and my hair just shows it. Okay, I need some more fluids. So even though I drank on the way there and on the way back of water, I'm still hot. So, okay, Shirley, how are you today? And today I have a fun diagonal slash card to share with you. And I just realized I did not check my camera here at all because I was behind. So let's just clean up this hot mess here on the desk and make sure you've got some nice viewing. And I need another block because I'm always just afraid my camera is gonna fall lately. I don't know why. Okay, you ready for a simple and easy card, Shirley? All right, I know I'm late, but I had to put the groceries away because it's just so hot out. All right, so let's go to my desktop here. There we go. So today we are using the Layered Thoughts word set. This is fabulous. It's got that sketchy look to it. These words on the inside, the cover is, the words are smaller than what they actually are. I don't know, maybe you can see happy birthday, but when you go over it, it's a little, there's a difference for the actual stamp set inside. That's just so they could fit all the images on the cover, okay? But this is a fun set to use because I love using it. It is limited on your size, you know, but you can still get away with like the thinking of you or thank you, whatever, love you. So you can still have fun with it. Okay, we are going to use this fabulous bee paper. It's still available. And what's not to like about this cuteness, right? It's still summer. We're still into bee season, right? And it's just absolutely cute. So this is a great way. This card that I'm going to show you, I guess I'm going to call it a sketch. We'll call it we'll make it into a sketch, all right? And it's so easy for you to use up some designer paper and small pieces of cardstock, okay? So we are starting with, let me look at my notes here. A piece of designer paper, that's because I redid this a little bit because let's look at the card, okay? So I started with what was the size? I cut it down. I think it was a 4 by 3.5 inch piece of designer paper, and you just cut it in half. But I didn't like the look of just, you know, the paper on the white. It just seemed too blah to me. So we're going to step it up with layering some cardstock underneath it, and I'm going to give you some tips as to how to get that matting, okay? All right, so our piece of designer paper is 3 inches tall and 3 7 inches wide. All right, and our cardstock is 3 1/4 inches tall and 4 inches wide, okay? So we've got that 1/8 inch border on the width, and we do have an extra 1/8 inch you know, from top to bottom. And that's so when we cut it apart, there's gonna be room to mat this part of the diagonal, okay? So we have to increase the width a little bit. So how do we cut this so it all comes out sweet, all right? So we're gonna just take, I'm gonna take a little bit of adhesive. This is our seal, and I'm just putting like 2 little dots there, okay? So when I cut it on the diagonal, it'll stay in place. So I'm going to first center it side to side, top to bottom, okay? So does that look like equal parts? So you can kind of see, so it's skinny on this side, on both of these sides, and there's that extra 1/8 of an inch on each end, okay? So it's a little bit wider on each end. Maybe I'll just kind of hold that so you can kind of see that a little bit better, all right? So that's all you have to do. So that way when we split it apart, you don't want to put too much adhesive because we want to pull this designer paper off and reapply it, okay? So we're gonna just cut on the diagonal, and it can be any diagonal that you want. All right, so this is like, I'm sure you all have small scraps of designer paper like this. And so I've got a little bit here and a little bit up there, lots here and a lot over here. So it doesn't really, and you want to adhere these two together so you've got the same angle. You cannot cut these separately. They won't go together. You will never get the same angle. All right, so see what I did there? Okay, so now we're going to take this apart and we're going to adhere, and just like magic, this is going to layer. Well, why don't I just kind of show you? Just like magic, it's going to layer. Look at that, right? But let's put some glue on it. You can see it even better. All right. Wasn't that simple? So easy to do. I just had to think about it for a minute. How do I get that nice border all the way around this, I don't know, is that a trapezoid or, I don't know, what shape is that? It's not a triangle, it's kind of almost a triangle. Okay, but can you see that? Look at that. Maybe I'll hold it up to the camera in a second. Let's glue this one right here, because I did need to shorten it up because I wanted to use that word set and I needed more space in between so that word would fit. So there you go. Easy peasy, right? Okay, well, let's add it to a card base. So we got a piece of thick basic white, and I need to burnish this fold. It's not folded properly. I definitely missed up on the scoring on this one. There we go. All right, that looks good. And now we're gonna add our pieces here. So this is a really quick way for you to make a whole stack of cards. And they make a great gift as well for someone else. You just need that gift that, you know, nobody gives. I think cards are a gift, definitely, that nobody gives to anybody else. And it's such a thoughtful gift. Everybody I give cards to loves them. Okay, blank cards for them to mail. All right, there we go. So let's pull in our word. We're gonna do happy birthday. I'm gonna double check to make sure it just fits in there, okay? And we're gonna use Petunia Pop. And it's such a big stamp, I'm going to just kind of turn it over so I can lightly, I'm barely putting any pressure on this, so I don't gush down in there too much. And I find that Petunia Pop is a very dark ink. So it needs to dry. It looks so different when it's wet. Let me hold this up. Look how much darker the right one is versus the left one. It has to dry properly. All right. Okay, so let's close up this ink pad, maybe. Okay, there we go. So Petunia Pop is one of last year's in colors. So at the end of the catalog, what is it? I don't know, April or so, that will retire. And speaking of in colors, starting next week, Stampin' Up! Is having a sale on ink colors on the 25 to 27 ink colors. I haven't had it, they just announced the promotion yesterday, and I haven't had a time. I'll be adding it to my newsletter, so again, make sure you're a subscriber to my newsletter, because that's where you're going to get the details about the sale. I don't like to advertise too much about it on Facebook, so you'll get the details about the sale in there. It's I believe it's on the cardstock, the ink, and I'm not sure what else. So, but there'll be details there. Okay, we added a little 1/2-inch strip of designer paper there. And let's see, I think we're gonna go with the bubble bath. I forgot, or no, we used Daffodil Delight. So we're gonna go with Daffodil Delight again. Let's keep it consistent. So let's just add a little thin piece of glue here. I almost need a light on. It's dark in here. Okay, and we'll add this 1/8 inch strip there, and we'll trim off the excess. And there we go. Hi, Pat, welcome. We're doing a simple and easy card today, a slash diagonal card, where you're just going to cut your paper in half after you've mounted onto some cardstock, which I give a tip on how to do it in the beginning. Okay, I fussy cut some bumblebees here, so you could do flowers, you could do whatever you'd like. So let's pull out some bumblebees and kind of get a feel as to, I think we're just gonna go with 2 here. So let's pull in some, dimensionals. I think that's what they're called, right? Let's pull in some dimensionals and go with that. All right, so we're gonna raise, I think we'll just only raise up this one. There we go, and we're gonna put this guy flat. Okay, here's my glue. And then we gotta add some bling here, so we're gonna put one there. And then let's add another one on the inside here. Let's go with just this little guy. Whoops. Here we go. We're just add him there. Hopefully I've got him pressed there good enough. You know what? Maybe we'll get, oh, I don't have that. I was looking to see if I had a black marker, which I don't. So you could, if you'd done it right, you could take your black marker and create like the little zip, you know, bee trail, right, with your marker. But I don't see one here for me to do that with. I didn't think about that. Okay, so there's our card. Wasn't that simple? All right, let me grab some rhinestones here, because where are we gonna put them? I gotta think about this for a minute. And let's see. There's so much busyness going on this card. I think maybe we'll just use a bunch of little ones. I love rhinestones and flowers. Let's put a couple there, and then let's go with a larger one down here. All right, I think that's good. What do you guys think? Look at that. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. I put one there and 2 up there. So, okay. Let's do our envelope, because I didn't get a chance to do any envelopes on my other samples. So tell me what you think. Do you love it layered versus this plain chain one? I didn't even finish it because I knew I wasn't happy with the card. All right, let's go with, you know what? I'm wondering if we should just go like with this with the paper, for the envelope flap. I think I might. All right, just for something different. I never use that side, I think. I don't know. This is just so pretty too. Well, let's put some glue. Okay, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. Do you like the bumblebee side with the flowers, or should we go with the honeycomb side? see what are your thoughts? Okay, so let's do this flap. Okay, no comments. So let's just go with the pretty side, I guess. Always layering is always better. Thanks, Pat. Yes, layering is always better. I like the layered look. It just makes it all pop. Okay, so let's give this a little quick trim here. And then I'll share with you my other samples. And then Friday, I'm hoping to have a recorded video for you all on YouTube because I have a busy day Friday, all right? So what did I do with this stuff? Here we go. And before I forget, anybody who does a $50 order in, okay, Mary, thanks, honeycomb. Well, I got that one done. Anybody who does a $50 order gets a free card pack supplies of these cards with the floral charm designer paper. So there's just a few days left. Today's the 30th. One more day to take advantage of that. All right. It's an easy sketch and it comes with a PDF tutorial. All right. So let's look at my other samples. So here's one with, these are so simple. Here's one with the honey jars. And then here's that same one, except for I didn't add my bees to it. Oh, okay. Let's just move that out of the way. All right, here's this one with the tiny little bees. Aren't these just adorable? I'm happy with them. But you could really do this with any designer paper. Look at that one. It was so simple. And here's this one. I like pairing it with the bubble bath. And of course, you know, I did the inside on all of these. Whoops, except for that one. I didn't do that. I got to add a bee on there. And then here's this one. I like this one. This one I just embellished with the flowers, the fussy cut flowers on there. And then same with the inside. I think I did the inside on all of them. So, yep. I gotta go back. I'll double check my stuff here. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed these. So make sure to order. You can go to createwithnancy.com, click on the Shop Now button to place your order. And what else did I want to say? And don't forget, next week, August 5th, is there'll be some new, I think there'll be new online exclusives. There's new online exclusives coming. I believe so, or maybe that's not till September. I guess demonstrators can pre-order that. And there's new kits coming out, new kit collection, and then there's the in-color sale for the 25 to 27 in colors, so on select products. All right, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help you, and we will see you again for some more Creative Ink on Friday on YouTube. At 3 p.m. is when I will probably post the video, okay? All right, have a great day. Stay cool, everybody, and we'll see you then. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.